you captured a moment from 1962 and you bring it back to when that bench was first built, you can lay it exactly in that spot, in that location that it was in, and everybody can revisit that time. We geolocked that experience right where they parked their food truck. This summer is going to be really exciting for it. The immersive tech.
Hi, in this video, we'll be able to listen to some of the guests which we invite to our weekly Mr. Metaverse discussion. So the question to the speakers, can you explain what is an immersive tech?
I think when it comes to immersive technologies, it's basically having a user be put in a computer-generated environment. And I think there's a spectrum when it comes to that, whether it's completely computer-generated like virtual reality, or semi, not completely generated like augmented reality, where you're putting people in kind of and then you're basically embedding certain computer generated elements, but not a full computer generated experience. So when it comes to immersive technologies, in short, I think it's embedding computer generated content into an experience that gives emotional connection to the person who's experiencing that.
Yeah, so I kind of want to relay the point of what Hisham was saying. It's definitely a spectrum of technology where you have tech that is becoming increasingly more immersive, where even interacting something on your smartphone is a very basic form of immersive technology, but really in the common sense, what we're talking about. I like to think of immersive tech as head-mounted displays or HMDs. So the headsets that we're wearing, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality. Of course, this can come in other forms as well, such as being in an entirely digitally generated room. But immersive technology is any sort of tech that drives a deeper level of experience between human and technologies.
I have to agree with everything that was just said. It's getting, as this tech grows and as we get deeper into it, especially, it's going to be even more immersive. But it's definitely adding that digital layer. Whether that be like Hisham said, where it's either on with the augmented reality or fully, the real world. You forget that it even exists, and you're just totally in it. So I agree with everything that everybody else has said. They touched on it better than I could. Let's say that. I'm sure they have much more experience. I like the goggles up there, Isham.
Yeah, I think once we have our hands on it, we should definitely have that.
Yeah, for me, I define immersive technologies as bringing technology to life. Right now, it's a very two-dimensional atmosphere, and anything you can do to bring technology to life to make it more three-dimensional, that's immersive. It could. I'm not a big fan of headsets because it blocks your senses. Like me personally, like I don't wear earphones in public because I like to be able to be aware of all my surroundings. And I feel like if I wear headphones, it cuts off one of my senses. So that's the problem I have with like covering up your eyes at this moment. So like I do think there's going to be other options in the future where like you might have like for instance a floor mat that has holograms that come to life. Like there's so many other options than just a headset that will expand. The headset is the next step in the evolution. I think it's going to be the next step for a very long time. But as we progress, I do think there's going to be other options down the road.
We just crossed 40 subscribers mark yesterday. If you like what you're listening right now, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. It takes a second for you to do it. It costs nothing and it means a world to us. It shows us that we are moving in the right direction and we produce the right content. So thank you. Enjoy. Charles, can you please explain what we are seeing on the screen right now?
Fletcher State corn dogs, or the Fletcher's corny dogs, are the official state fair corn dog in the state of Texas, and they have been since like 1942. They were the original state fair corn dog, and I was able to meet with them, and just I've been working a lot in augmented reality, especially focused on the over the reality platform, which is the one that experience is actually built on, is on over the reality, and we geolocked that experience right where they parked their food truck in Clyde Warren Park. And so if you visit that spot, you can open up the app and it'll open up for you right there in front of their truck, which is a really cool idea that I like the geolocking. We've seen what Google with their Adobe and Unity released lately, and just how many creators just, if nothing else, just locking those experiences into the real world. But now that we have this with the blockchain, which is what over the reality allows us to do, is tie those and make them, their own individual creations where we own it. And what we're really looking forward to is the artificial intelligence, or what I call the virtual assistant
Before we move
avatars,
there,
or the
before we move
Go
there,
ahead.
the question to the audience. So, audience, if you know what is geolocking, just put thumbs up. I'm curious how many people know about it. All right, it feels like nobody. All right, so Charles, you have to explain. That'll be cool if you explain what is geolocking, how does it work?
Yes, sir. So the geolocking, and the way that works is with overlay reality. What they've done, this is the easiest way to explain it, is they section up the world into 300 square meter hexagons. And what that means is inside each one of those 300 square meters, you can go and map, okay, take a 3D scan of that environment. And let's say there's a bench that sits inside of the park, and you want to place a sign or an advertisement, or you want to put a dancing hot dog because it's glizzy summer, and so you put this dancing hot dog and you lock it to that bench. So when people pull up the augmented reality, instead of that character being locked to your screen, so everywhere you look with your screen, it moves with you, it would stay in that spot. So if it is a person, or you captured a moment from 1962 and you bring it back to when that bench was first built, you can lay it exactly in that spot, in that location that it was in, and everybody can revisit that time. So if you have a street sign, if you wanted to give people directions like a map, you could open up the app and it would be able to point you in that correct direction to your real life environment, and augmenting it into with the digital layer.
All right, so Charles, please continue. So, what's about the AI part you mentioned?
So the AI with the virtual assistants. So say with the Fletcher's corn dogs, someone could walk up, and then instead of necessarily ordering from the person inside the truck, they could order from that virtual assistant. So they could order from a hot dog. Or with a movie theater, you could walk into the movie theater, purchase your ticket, and then a character. So the Mario movie recently came out. So if you're a Bowser fan, your team Bowser, your team Mario, your team Peach, that character can pop up and then take you to the theater that you would be sitting in, and it would all be locked inside. It would have all of that information thanks to the blockchain, right? And the data collections, just the same as when you buy your ticket now. But instead of a person standing there ripping your ticket, you would have the full immersive experience from time of purchase all the way to when the movie's over, and Bowser pops up back up, on your phone and says, thanks for joining. But it's not just the picture; he's right there with you. And so those types of that's really what I'm looking forward to, and what we're working with the Fletcher's Hot Dogs for the state fair is maybe have an interactive game or things like that. So this summer is going to be really exciting for the immersive tech boom.
So the question to the audience: what do you prefer? The physical person ripping off your ticket, or a digital version? So let's say thumbs up if it's a physical, and heart if it's a digital. All right. So we have like Michael is old school, Farah is old school. Okay. All right, so yeah, majority of people who voted for the physical for the digital one. All right, so a bit less more jobs, but more jobs for Charles and coders and creators, right? So something lose, something win. Thank you to the watching to the end. If you like more exclusive content, you like the memes, or you'd like to learn through the text, consider subscribing to our newsletter. Links in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and probably you might like this video.